Welcome back, everybody. If you love delicious wine and a good Texas sunset, Messina Hof has the event for you on August 30th and a lot more events that weekend as well because it's their Harvest Festival. Karen Bonarigo is here to tell us more about what we can expect. Karen, good morning.
Good morning to you.
We were talking off camera about Messina Hof. I'm kind of blown away to know how long y'all have been in business in Texas. Why don't you give us a quick backdrop on the winery?
Sure. So Messina Hof's been around 47 years now. We're one of the oldest in the state, actually. We started as an experimental vineyard, actually in Bryan College Station, so not too far away. And it's really built and exploded since then. And so we have larger hospitality footprint at the location in Bryan College Station. And then we now have 3 additional locations, including one in Fredericksburg, which is right down the street from y'all. And then we have one up in Grapevine and then another one outside of Houston in Richmond, kind of between Katy and Sugar Land.
Well, I was telling you off camera, I tend to hear that our hill country vineyards, largely started 90s, early 2000s. That's about the earliest it got. So the fact that y'all have been around since the 70s in Bryan College Station, it really says something about how good the wine must be, huh?
It is. Yeah. Well, and it's grown so much, and the industry has really expanded. The vineyards have expanded. The varietals that we can grow here is impressive. Texas is larger than France, so we can grow all sorts of different things and make all sorts of really spectacular wines. So we're one of the largest producers of Texas wine in the state.
Wow, that is so cool. And yeah, I want to learn a little bit more about the grapes that go into some of these things. But let's ask first and foremost about the Harvest Festival because you guys are celebrating harvest time. It's been hot. Those grapes are coming off the vines, right? And now is the time.
It is. This is its birthday. So harvest only happens once a year. We're about to go into our harvest at our Hill Country location the last weekend of August. So that Labor Day weekend, we'll have our Harvest Festival Friday night, and then also on Saturday where people can come out and actually see the vineyard. They can hear from the winemaker himself, which is my husband. It's a family business, second generation, and they get a chance to be able to pick the grapes. They get a chance to stomp the grapes, put their footprints on a t-shirt that they get to take with them, and then we do some tastings, and there's additional packages where they can get brunch if they're doing Saturday or dinner if they're doing the Friday night activities. And then more wine.
I was going to say, yeah. All right, hang on. Food, drink, activities, and education, which is a big thing for me. That sounds like such a fun weekend. And is it just at the Bryan College Station location?
No, so we've been doing that for the last few weeks. In fact, we have our last weekend starting this weekend in Bryan, and we're already sold out there. But then next weekend, we'll do the one in Hill Country. So for those that are in Austin that are looking for something to do Labor Day on Saturday, definitely check out the website for tickets and come out and see us. You'll see me all covered in grapes, but it's a fun time, and it's a big celebration for us.
As it should be, and I always ask the same question, but I just want to make people at home understand the grape stomp doesn't mean that those grapes are going into the wine, right?
They do, actually.
What?
They do.
No way!
Well,
so you've got some processes in between.
We do.
Okay.
We do. Fermentation, so the product that we make is actually our Palo Port here, or our Papa Palo Port that we have here that we can try technically, but it's almost 19% alcohol. So by the time it's finished fermentation, we don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay. It can take care of itself. Is that the case? All right, and since you're talking about the port, a little cheers to you. I don't ever get to have port wine. I'm really excited about this.
And these are the grapes that it comes from. So this is a Tintoria grape. It is called Lenoir, and it actually bleeds kind of this really pretty pink color here, which is really quite fun. But lots of sugar content to be able to get up to this higher alcohol content.
Can I squeeze one on camera?
You absolutely
you did such a
may.
cool job of that. Look at it. It doesn't even look. It looks like the sort of thing you might buy from Hobby Lobby. That is like, hey, these are faux grapes to put in your home.
No, these are real.
I'm gonna squeeze this again. And you said this is what kind of grape?
It's called a Tintoria, meaning that it bleeds dark, which is super rare. Most wine grapes bleed clear, and then you soak them on the skins. And so this one will bleed that really pretty pink color, which is what people can put their footprints on the t-shirt with. So it's a really fun memory to be able to take with you. Definitely a bucket list thing.
Yeah, something to take home. And now my little cart is covered in wine, everybody. I love it. I'm having a great time. Okay, I did want to talk about tickets.
Yes.
Just because you brought them up. So Friday night, so much fun. It's actually sold out.
Just sold out.
Put it on your calendars for next year, everybody. Tell us about Saturday, how the tickets work.
So Saturday, they need to sign up online because we will go through and probably sell out tickets in the next week. So today's a great day to make sure you reserve those. But there's 2 options. One, for them to come in and do the picking and the stomping, and we do a tasting, and they do the t-shirt and the education. And then we have another one that includes brunch, and then it also includes another glass of wine. to be able to continue that experience. So just depends on what makes sense, but it is family friendly. You can definitely bring kids out. We have sparkling grape juice for them to be able to participate as well, but it's a fun thing that I would say everyone needs to try at least once.
Absolutely. As you said, a bucket list item, a grape stomp list item. I do want to ask about the food real quickly. You indicated brunch. I'm just kind of wondering what's going to hit the menu.
So brunch-wise, we have a brunch box so they can sit all over the property, and then we'll have a wine bar that they can choose from to be able to select what kind of wines they want to have. But we have things that are vegetarian friendly, but then also, for those that are a little more meat loving, bacon loving, and things like that, there's features like that as well.
Okay, my fiance's taken care of. That's good to know. All right, so we tried this delicious port, and I'm going to tell you guys, as I said, I don't ever get the opportunity to have like a lovely dessert wine, right?
Exactly, especially for breakfast.
Yes, especially at 11:16. So delicious. Talk to me about some of the flavors that go into this.
So dessert wines are going to be higher alcohol. They're going to be much sweeter. And for Lenoir, we get a lot of chocolate and cherry. This one is going to be port style that's more traditional like they do in Portugal. So we're actually fortifying this particular one. So you get that kind of higher alcohol burn to it, but great with all things chocolate. In fact, we make things like our fudge sauce and our truffles with the port in it. And we cook with it a lot. We put it on ice cream and things like that.
Ooh.
Also great by itself.
Yeah.
But we have lots of other wines in the portfolio too. So dry whites, semi-sweets, off-dries, lots of dry reds, all Texas. Whole portfolio is all Texas grapes. We work with about 30 different varieties. So lots of wine options.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people at this time of the year are thinking, well, it's hot. I'm drinking white wine. So can you talk to me about these two options?
Yes. So our Bonarico family this is an Italian style variety blend. And so it's Trebbiano and Pinot Grigio. Perfect when it's super hot outside. And then this is part of our off-dry collection. This is our off-dry Riesling, meaning it's kind of just shy of dry. So it has a little bit of sweet.
It was off-dry.
Yes, so a little bit of sweet, but a really nice acidity picked in the very beginning of harvest. And so it's kind of the best of both worlds, and also one of our favorite food pairing options, because that little bit of sweetness actually goes really well when you have lots of spice or heat on a dish. So you can do curries or Thai food or different kind of interesting things. But also fun snacks and salty things and different things that are sometimes more challenging with other wines. These wines are perfect.
This sounds like a great one to bring to a party.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're going to be trying a bunch of different stuff. Okay, and then the last one I want to make sure I mention is the red that we have sitting here.
Yes,
too.
so dry red wise, we have a lot of different varieties, but we are the pioneers of Sagrantino, which is the one that's showcased here. It's an Italian varietal that grows really well here in Texas. We were the first to plant it in Texas, and we're now the largest producer of it in the U.S. actually, but it's a super big, very opulent, heavy tannin red that is great with all things beef related. Also good for Texas though. No matter what the temperature is outside, I promise.
You know what, and I really appreciate your use of words that I can understand. Opulent as a wine, I can kind of get an idea of what that might be like in wine form, even though my palate's the worst on the planet. But you've done a great job of educating us today. Thank you so much, Karen. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, head to messinahof.com. Learn more about the winery, and they've got lots of other upcoming events as well.